for your encouraging words. Okay, thank you, Jayanta sir, for having me. Again, I would like to thank Shonu madam for her encouraging words. And I hope you have also had a taste of what really Baba Saheb Ambedkar he did in his life. And of course, it will be an encouragement for our entire life. It should be. Now, before we move ahead for another speech, which will be given by Saptajyoti Lodh from third year mechanical. Before I give time to him, I'd like to inform you that as you know that we have had some competitions. At the end of the program, we'll be declaring the names of the winner. So the competitions, the competitions were one is essay competition, another was art competition. So I hope many of you may be aware or many of you may not be, but right now many students have participated and they will be the winner will be declared after the competition, after the end of this at the end of this program. Now may I request Saptajyoti Lodh, 6th semester mechanical degree, to come here and give his first.
एक विचार को प्रसार की उतनी ही आवश्यकता होती है जितनी कि एक पौधे को पानी की आवश्यकता होती है, नहीं तो दोनों मुरझाएंगे और मर जाएंगे. As necessary as water is for a plant, so is proliferation for a thought, else both will wither and perish at the end. A very good afternoon to one and all present here, respected dignitaries, guests, and my dear friends. I am Saptajyoti Lodh, a student of third year mechanical engineering of this very institution, and I would like to ask you to kindly allow me to take a moment to acknowledge my gratitude to the faculties for kindly giving me this opportunity to say a few words on this auspicious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend that we are about to talk today, he was a very learned man. Seriously speaking, I personally feel I am like an insignificant glowworm in front of his bright human intellectual abilities. 14th of April, 1891 was just another day in Lodh, Madhya Pradesh. Subedar Ramji Baloji Sakpal and his wife, Himabhai Sakpal, had a son on that day. They named him Bhimrao Ramji Sakpal. Born in the Mahar caste, Bhimrao was always unscrupulously subjected to discrimination, as we all know. He faced ill treatments, rebukes, judgmental notions from the society, which became everyday hindrance for him to avail the basic human rights, let alone education. But he was a very, very brilliant student. As one of our guests said that there was a provision in the British Army for those who are working under the British Army can make their children to go to school. So he was allowed to school. But the school at first refused to take him into the school because he belonged to the Mahar caste. So out of a bare necessity, Ramji Sakpal had to change his son's name to Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, basing after the community they lived in. For some time, he educated in the school, but he was denied all the rights. He was made to sit in the last bench. He was denied and refused to drink water from the pitcher. But who knew that this guy, this man, one day would lead the whole nation? To talk about Ambedkar's education is unimaginable. We cannot comprehend. But to summarize it briefly and to present it to you chronologically, I would like to say that first in 1912, he got his degree in economics and political science from the Bombay University. Then in 1930, he got a scholarship from the Baroda State Scholarship Association, and he went on to study in the Columbian University in New York City. Then in 1915, he completed his master's examination in economics major and other subjects including sociology, history, philosophy, and anthropology. Then in 1960, he went into London University. At the same time, he enrolled himself in the Gray's Inn for a bar course to become a lawyer. Then finally in 1927, he received his PhD from the Columbia University. During these educational journeys, he wrote many theses, but to mention some prominent ones, I would like to say 4 of his theses that include ancient Indian commerce, then national dividend of India, historic and analytical study, the problem of the rupee, its origin and its solution, then comes castes in India, their genesis and development. He was a writer too. He wrote many books throughout his lifetime. But from a trivial perspective, I would like to mention one book, his autobiography, Waiting for a Visa, which was adapted as a textbook in the Columbia University. Yes, you heard me right. The very college that he was a former student of adapted his own book, autobiography, as their textbook. Then speaking about Dr. R Ambedkar's life, R Ambedkar's life is, I cannot summarize it in one speech, because Dr. R Ambedkar was an activist, was a liberal-minded politics, was a socialist, and was an anthropologist. First of all, if I speak about untouchability in India, which was a very big issue at that time, Dr. R Ambedkar fought his entire life for the Dalits and giving them their rights. He firmly believed that for a nation to uplift itself, it was necessary to fix its society and its core first. So he started uprooting this evil mindset that some people are there who are called untouchables. Now many of us here know that during the British Raj, Mahatma Gandhi led a satyagraha. He led many satyagrahas throughout the British Raj. But only a handful of people know that at the same time, parallelly, Dr. R Ambedkar was leading his own satyagraha with the Dalits against the Indian society to make them avail their own rights, which were denied previously. Not only this, he was an activist who gave women their basic rights. But most importantly, what he did was that implementing the Hindu Code Bill. Now, may I point out that the Hindu Code Bill doesn't mean that it is only for the Hindu women. Every woman in India, irrespective of their caste, their religion, their creed, was denied some basic rights, which include, if I say standing today, inheriting, the most important, inheriting properties from their parents, which were previously denied and were given to their male siblings. Then intercaste marriages, then adopt children. These were the basic rights that Dr. R Ambedkar gave to women. Not only this, Dr. R Ambedkar, there is hardly anything that I can say that he did, or rather tried to do. Socially speaking, he removed untouchability, or at least fought his entire life to remove untouchability. Industrially speaking, on the 7th session of the Indian Labour Conference in November 1942, he reduced the Indian working hours from 14 hours to 8 hours, which we enjoy till today because of his. Constitutionally speaking, at the very time the constitution was being drafted, Dr. Ambedkar warned us about the Article 370. He believed that the article, he could foresee that the article, which was made with the purest of intentions, would one day will be used in the most evil of ways. Then, economically speaking, when the RBI was established, the Reserve Bank of India was established in 1935, he formulated some ideas and some regulations, which till this day runs our very core of banking system. Then infrastructurally speaking, he was the pioneer of river valley projects in India. To say a few names, the Hirakud Dam, the Damodar Valley project, these are some of the examples. Not only this, he established the Central Water Commission to look over irrigation and agriculture. He established the Central Technical Power Board to look over the proper transmission of electricity throughout the nation. If we sat down to jot down his contributions to this nation, it's simply open and it's pointless. So, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you this on this very day, that if one man, his ideas, his visions can revolutionize the entire nation, then, don't mind me taking some words from our preamble, we, the people of India, with our joint efforts and collective thoughts, are more than capable of revolutionizing the entire world. As Dr. R Ambedkar once said, and I quote, cultivation of the mind is the ultimate aim of human existence. When the mind is cultivated, it seeks the light of knowledge. When knowledge comes, one understands Baba Sahib. And when they understand Baba Sahib, they understand themselves. When we understand ourselves, we are leading us to the right path of liberation. With that being said, I would like to conclude myself here today. Thank you for kindly letting me introduce. And I would like to say to cherish in our hearts this great man on his birth anniversary and keep our minds on us with the words, I am an Indian first, an Indian at the end, and nothing in between. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Saptajyoti, for your wonderful speech. I felt like I was going through the biography of Baba Sahib. To say so, it was like, you take a book but you are not reading it. You are listening it through the years. Thank you, Saptajyoti, for your wonderful speech. And